Hey guys, if you haven't yet, please watch the lesson on money management just from earlier in the section, as this lesson is going to build on it. And for those of you that have watched it, you now know how to nurse your bankroll and make it last. But I'm sure you guys want to know how to build that bankroll into something worth bragging about. So, I mean, the obvious way to do this is just play well, run good. But I'm going to give you guys a couple little pointers that will help you build your bankroll at a faster rate without taking too much risk, so you can get to the top as soon as possible. So first we have bonus whoring and rake back. I hope nobody's offended by my choice of wording here. Whoring is just what we call clearing bonuses in the business. So, we know that poker sites take rake every hand. That's how they make their money. But what you might not know is that it's possible to get some of this money back. When you play thousands of hands, those cents the sites take from you add up to a lot, even though you might think 10 cents on each pot, I don't really care. I'll give you an example. When I was playing 50 no limit, I might win 10 buy-ins a month for about $500 because, I wasn't that good a player, so I had to play a lot of hands to win any amount of money. But because I played so many hands and generated so much rake, I'd get about $250 a month in rake back. So that added 50% to my win rate, and to get this extra money didn't require any effort on my part. All you have to do to make sure you get rake back, or a good bonus deal, is be smart when creating your poker account. I'll make a post or something about rake back, I guess, but you guys shouldn't have to worry about it because you're going to play on Tower. And Tower Gaming already offers the best deal. There is no rake back offer on any site that beats Tower's bonus system. That's why I play exclusively at Tower Gaming. Clearing bonuses or getting rake back is the equivalent to getting free money. I used to call it free money day when I got paid once a month because I didn't have to do anything and I got shipped a whole bunch of cash. It was sweet. So you should already know that we must take every edge we can in poker. So passing up on free money would just be ludicrous. As well as making a thread for rake back, I guess I'll make a thread in the forum for those of you who are confused about Tower's bonus system. Just know that we're lucky to have such a generous site to play poker at, and you should be taking the max value you can from them. And I can help you guys with this, no problem. I've been around the block a couple times. I know how it works. So, now that you know how to juice up your bankroll for no extra work, it's time to discuss moving up stakes. Nobody wants to be a micro-limit grinder for their entire poker career. Most players want to work their way to the top. And to do that, you've got to take shots at bigger games. Just know, before you take a shot, that it's going to hurt if luck's not on your side. You're definitely going to feel it when you lose a buy-in at a higher stake. So first things first, if you're going to take a shot, you must have at least 20 buy-ins for the new stake. Because we said in the previous lessons, you want 40 buy-ins for your regular stake. So if you're a 20 cent no limit grinder, $20 stacks, and you want to take a shot at 50 no limit, you must have at least $1,000 for 20 buy-ins at the higher stake. Even though you're not planning on losing all that money, it's just required to have a cushion, so you'll feel a little more confident when you're playing in the bigger game. And along with having at least 20 buy-ins, you should have a set amount that you are willing to lose when you're taking your shot, because most attempts to move up aren't successful the first time, and you don't want to let things out of control when you're playing at a new stake. Tilting sucks, and tilting at higher limits than you're used to is way worse. So, game selection is the most important thing, in my opinion, when taking a shot. As you can see here, we covered it in another lesson, so if you want an in-depth look at proper game selection and how to find good opponents to play against and avoid the regulars, please consult Lesson 8 in the Fundamentals section. Your opponents at the higher stake will without a doubt be better than the ones you see in your regular game. And we're just trying to win money when taking a shot. We're not trying to challenge ourselves. So, if you're going to take a shot, try to find at least 2 really bad players on a table at the new stakes you want to try. Maybe 3, or maybe you just know a donk from your regular game who's absolutely horrendous and he's playing higher than usual, maybe you might want to follow him to the higher stake because you know he's brutal. So since taking a shot means a small sample of hands, luck's going to be the most likely determinant of whether you succeed and can move up, or whether you lose and have to go back to your old stake for a bit. You might as well play against the worst opponents you can find since you're playing for double the money. Donks are donks no matter what stake they're playing. If you're going to take a shot, find some bad players to play with. Don't jump into a table full of regulars. That'd just be suicide. Except that when you take a shot, it's going to come down to variance. Of course, you'll bring your A game to the table when you take a shot, but odds are you'll be playing tighter than usual, which is natural, and your shot's going to come down to a cooler. For those of you who don't know what cooler means, I just mean a big all-in where both players have hands too strong to fold. Example would just be, a 9-7-6 board where someone's got pocket 9s and someone's got pocket 7s. That money's going in, no one's trying to fold a set on the flop. So if you're on the right side of the cooler, you'll be up a buy-in. You can now play more at ease since you're free rolling. And, you've got that cushion of, well, I'm already up a stack of this stake, so I don't really mind losing the one stack back if things go wrong. Whereas if you're on the wrong end, the loss is going to hurt at least twice as bad as it usually would. And your shot might have to end if that's the cushion you set for yourself was just the one buy-in. No amount of skill can determine who gets the topper set in a set over set cooler. Just hope the poker gods are on your side when you decide to take a shot. And don't beat yourself down or start questioning your skills if you just happen to get unlucky when you were playing for a bigger stake than usual. Whenever I lose a good amount of money, I question my game. Am I doing everything right? But the fact is, I built my bankroll from nothing, and now I have a lot. So clearly I'm doing something right. Those bad days happen, and if the bad day happens to come when you're taking a shot, that's just really bad luck, and you shouldn't worry too much about it because you know you can get that money back. Finally, have a stop-loss cushion, as I mentioned at the start of the lesson. Playing for bigger money hurts a lot when things go bad, and I would say the time that you are most likely to tilt in your career is when you're taking a shot and you run horrible. Before you pick your table, set the cushion of how much you're willing to lose. Typically, I would say just 2 buy-ins is good when taking a shot. Some people prefer 5. When I was taking shots, I would really just ride the variance, and if I won my first couple of all-ins, I just keep playing the stake, and if I lost, I drop. Some people want to take, a few thousand hands at the new stake, so they want a pretty big cushion when they're taking a shot. That's all personal preference. Now, the bigger your cushion, as I said, the more hands you get to play, and thus you get lower variance. But never make such a big cushion that if you were to lose it all, you'd have to drop 2 stakes. So, if you're a 20-cent no-limit grinder and you want to take a shot at 50, don't give yourself such a big cushion that if you lose your entire cushion, you're going to have to go back to 10 no-limit. That would be working backwards, and we're trying to work forwards. So have enough that if you lose, you can get it back, but you will just be able to go back and play your regular stake, not have to drop down further, because that's just really demoralizing, dropping 2 stakes. So keep it reasonable, except that a good percentage of the time when you're taking a shot, you're going to lose your money, and you'll have to rebuild the cushion for the next shot. But if you never take a shot, you'll never move up. So while there's some big risk in taking shots, to develop as a player, you must learn to beat strong opponents. Taking shots is just a part of the development process. I wish you good luck and good variance in your shot taking. Just be smart about it.